see you. Good day.
What's that?
How you doing? I'm good. How are you?
It's been a great day.
So tell me, what's going on?
Lots going on. We're really quite involved in the with schools and community groups, and a lot of things ramp up in September. So it's our partner mission to partner with schools and community groups and people, churches, and people who just really care about young people. So we're stronger together. So we want to work with people in the community to love youth, and particularly vulnerable youth.
So I'm working full time in East Van as a youth worker, running programs for a lot of girl programs and for any youth living in the downtown east side, East Vancouver, South Vancouver, going outside, doing meals together.
Been running skate night in Surrey for 15 years.
Okay.
It's been through a bunch of generations of kids. I'm kind of on my fourth cohort of young people who I've known for just over a year. So it's good. It's like a new beginnings season for me. I have a lot of junior high aged youth just getting into skateboarding. All they want to do is skate, and they love being in the van, listening to music. So it's good times.
When you think about the heart of the organization and who we serve, what does that look like, or who do those youth look like?
In many ways, all youth are vulnerable. I would say we work with youth who are at greater risks. In some ways, it's because there's just fewer adult supports in their life. They maybe are struggling with maybe some mental health challenges, or maybe there's not a strong family unit. It experienced maybe violence in the home.
Kids that, are falling through the cracks because of anxiety, struggling with academics, or their family systems are, a little unstable and broken and stuff like that. And they're just kids that need that extra support, that need that positive adult role model.
For many people, it's a poverty of relationships more than anything. It's just so dangerous to be somebody that's vulnerable or on the margins.
Some of the stories that we would typically associate with the downtown east side are true in the families that live there as well. And so they're facing challenges. Yeah, like, where are we going to get our food? Is our housing secure? Is my parent sober today? How am I going to get to school?
I say that a lot of youth just have adverse childhood experiences. And so just having a healthy adult in your life as a youth of trauma, I feel like, is a way that combats those things, those adverse experiences in a positive way. Adverse child experiences, they're almost like an evaluative way to measure it, where trauma is just so intricate. I don't know, it's so many levels to it, but it's a way that that we can kind of evaluate how many different experiences that these youth, I guess, or just people in general, how many boxes they check in that. And so the more boxes you check within that, the more statistically, the more barriers there are against the persons.
Yeah.
But they also developed and came out with positive things that can counteract those. And so things like, having a healthy adult, being a part of a church community, volunteering, there's so many different things that help.
We get to be where the kids are. I am not waiting for them to come to church. I am reaching out to them where they are every day, where life happens for them. And I see it as a privilege that I get to be where I am and share in their life.
We want to hear their story and care for them and out of that, things come up, and we are able to then identify areas where we can help support them and care for them in a holistic way. So we would refer to it as transformational mentorship or spiritual mentorship because we see that as a key component. And our spirituality is informed by the way of Jesus. And so, we look at Jesus and look at the way he cared for people and how transformational that was. So it's that unconditional love, acceptance, and belonging. That's how we interact and engage with youth in that same way, because it's God who's changed our life and transformed us, and we know through mentorship that can transform a young person's life as well.
If you do enough prevention, you don't ever have to do any intervention, right? So yeah, that's our goal. There's a lot of agencies in Chilliwack that do the intervention work already. So we're really focused on the prevention work.
So a lot of our one-on-ones and programming, we try to get out of the neighborhood because we need to know that we can leave the 6-block radius we live in. It's so important. There's a world out there that we can access. And so we leave the neighborhood, and there's one youth I have. Every year I make him a cheesecake on his birthday. And I write him a card, and I tell him important things about who he is and like his value, and I'm so glad to know you. And I bake him this cheesecake, and we've been doing that for 6 years. And I went to his graduation this year. It was a really big deal because he made it, which is like a lot of kids I work with, like they don't think they're gonna make it. But when they make it and we get to these milestones, these graduations and these birthdays, we gotta celebrate because it's a miracle that they're here.
And like statistically, I was like supposed to be someone with poor outcomes. It just informs, I guess, the way that I approach youth work. I'd say, yeah, a deep desire for me is just to invite people to the table and come alongside them wherever they're at. And so, yeah, I had youth workers that invited me to their home that just knew me deeply, and that made all the difference.
I won't forget that night because I was getting to know him quite well. And I said, like, so who's your dad? He goes, I've never met him. I said, man, well, he's missing out. And he just went straight up, and we just like, this well, and kids don't have the language that adults have to describe what they're feeling. And so that's why you see a lot of kids acting out. So that's a monumental thing for like a 15-year-old to say, for me to say, you're missing out, and him to say straight up and fist bump. That's as far as you're going to get with young men. But it's really significant. So, yeah.
But I think one of the things I really believe in and carry into spaces is like there's hope for everybody. Joy is accessible for everybody.
Why do events like Why Not Outside matter?
They matter because we're meant to do this together. So they bring people together, and they help create awareness about the challenges that young people are facing. It's easy to create narratives, and our society does perpetuate certain narratives about, say, vulnerable youth. Yeah. It helps break down those stereotypes, those false narratives, and it helps grow empathy. It's like, hey, like, you might be 2-3 steps away. If you didn't have supports, you might be 1-2-3 steps away from being in this exact same situation. We say any is too many. Any kid that's living on the street, unhoused, couch surfing, no place to call home, that's too many.
Well, doing one night isn't the same as, being out there without a choice, but it gives you a taste. It gives you an awareness of what kids are struggling with, and adds a little bit more empathy and a little bit more compassion.
And it is radical, and it gets people talking, and I think that's what it is. I mean, when we realize this is not something that's out away and you only hear on the news, but when it happens and you see the kids, youth actually sleeping on the feet, and it does happen, and it could be one of the ones I think that matters.
You are in for the worst night of your life, probably the worst sleep. You should have that night. I think last year my big takeaway was, I'll never look at somebody, and my community, a lot of people live outside.
Yes.
So I can't look at it the same way because one night like kind of wrecked me.
I mean, this isn't just for fun. Like, it's one night for us, right? It's many nights for some youth.
And what would you say to the room full of people that have signed up, that are getting ready for a night outside? What would you say to them?
I'd like thank you for caring.
Yeah.
Thank you for caring enough to give up your time. There's a lot of things you could do with an evening. But to get uncomfortable for an evening, to stand in solidarity with a young person, like, you don't know the difference that makes for those people, those kids, to say, they did that for me? I don't even know them. That's a complete stranger. Why would they do that for me? That could turn it around for a kid. That could take a kid from like despair into long-lasting hope. But anyone in that room, they're there because they've said yes. Like, they have agency and they recognize it. And so I just say thank you. Thank you for seeing it. Thank you for holding space for kids who wait for the first time. This is the first time they've realized that. And then to see a room full of people, like, that is such an encouragement to them. That could be the game changer for them. That could be the first time they don't feel alone anymore. So all I can say is thank you, and it's not in vain. The return is 100 times, maybe more, even if you don't see it. Yeah.